Yeah, FEPCAST. We're back, baby.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to really say quick, I think we're aging out of that intro. We all
Yeah.
look a lot different now.
How many years, man?
I
So
think it's
many.
been like maybe close to 4.
Started
What?
this.
That's yeah. It might be. It might be. But
Yeah.
we're having a great time, guys. What do
They
you?
keep adding shows. We can't stop doing this podcast. I mean, they won't stop adding the shows. We have to keep reviewing.
Yeah.
that's
Stop
true.
making content.
Yeah, please, Hollywood and your lessers. Cut it out.
Look, we can film a new intro at any time. We just have to actually do the do. You got to get in front of the camera.
We're waiting for AI to get better.
Oh, that's a
to
good
make us
idea.
look
I can.
better.
I just don't want
to. No problem. We can
the holdup for me is I just didn't really want to get smashed in the face with something again, but I mean it's what I got to do.
Yeah, it's your signature.
We'll have to see. I don't know if AI technology is advanced at that point, Rico. You might just have to get smashed in the face, but we can do a compare and contrast.
I just thought of a good idea, but it would probably hurt, but it would be really funny.
Yeah, it involves my nuts.
I'm gonna sit on this one for a minute, and we'll see.
Sitting on some ice after them nuts get hit.
Yeah,
that's exactly what somebody said at my perverted elephant gift exchange party.
I like that.
How was that? It's the first one I've missed in quite a while.
It was great. I'll tell you my favorite part of the night was Jamie, our friend Jamie, brought a fist you stick to a table that points up, and it looks like an Italian guy saying like, "Oh, that's a beautiful meatball," with his fingers clenched.
Yeah, right before the chef's kiss.
Yeah, exactly. Right before the kiss. And that got somebody ends up with that. It's the worst prize of any prize. And then randomly, my neighbor John decides, I want that. I want that chef's kiss finger, finger fist. You can stick to the table. So he steals it. The guy picks another gift that got it. And the next thing he got was a giant fist with a middle finger shaped like a dildo that you also stick to like a wall or a table. So he got the second worst thing.
So did he upgrade? Is that considered an upgrade?
I consider it a downgrade.
It'd
be harder to get inside your body for sure.
I didn't know they sold those.
To a point. This was like big at the top and then went down. So
now, if they're not too expensive, let's say somebody pisses you off on the road, you follow them home, or maybe to the store they were going to, and then you go slapping on that dildo on their windshield that's got the "fuck you" finger.
Oh, that would be a good, like you get
a great prank,
like rubber cement or
yeah. You want to do permanent damage. Nice. You're putting it on the paint.
It'll be like the giant dildo they put on his car in Idiocracy. Be like that.
Wait, I like Rico's idea.
Flopping dildo in front of his car.
If you do Rico's idea, you put it on their car somewhere where they don't see it, but other people do, like on a blind spot on the fender or something, and then they're just driving around with a middle finger dildo. That's wonderful. Also, to our younger listeners, we do not advocate putting dildos on cars.
Younger listeners.
Or also the adult ones or whatever. The three of you that are listening, don't do it, or we're going to get it.
Sometimes people deserve it. Sometimes they just got to take it.
All right, go nuts. Have fun with your dildos and your glue.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Right. And I'm trying to think, what did I end up with? I don't even remember. I ended up with accidentally a football that you can have sex with. It's got
accidentally my ass.
I wish I had it to show it to you right now. I should have brought it over. So it's a football, and it's like one of those things.
You buried it in the woods after you had sex.
But it's a hard
washing machine right now.
Stuffed with rubber, and one side looks like a vagina, right? And a fairly good vagina. The other side is supposed to be a butt. And screw off the ends of the football, and it's a little football, like the kind you'd have as a kid.
At least it's an anatomically correct football with a vagina on one side and an asshole on the other side.
That's where it falls apart. The butthole on the one side, on the picture on the box, it looks like a nice plump little butt, but you unscrew the one side of the football, and it's just like a hole somebody drilled in in the plastic for the other side of the vagina. Very lazy.
Oh man, there's like thread marks on there.
Yeah, well, the marketing people behind this football you can have sex with, they're like,
why would anybody want to have sex with a football?
Well, I guess you're throwing it.
You will have sex with all sorts of things, Don. Welcome to the world.
All sorts of objects.
Even disgusting fat people get sex.
Yeah, like a football, and it's like engineered, and you can unscrew it. It's like, why do the football? Just make it shaped like a pussy or an asshole. Like,
well, this is the.
It's like, are you supposed to be able to hide it?
Go behind a bench or go underwater with it. And just
it's like an incognito sex toy.
Yeah, I get it.
Hey, let's go throw the football around the pool, and now I'm going to go in the corner for a couple minutes.
Yeah, what if like your pussy football is hanging out, and then like kids are like, "Hey, let's go play the football, Billy." And
then you just screw it back on. You don't even have to clean it out. You just screw it back together.
Kids are throwing.
Like, what are you doing over there, sir? What are you doing by this elementary school? You're like.
Nothing.
Just playing a little football with kids, officer. Go deep.
Just with my jizz-soaked football over here, right?
He catches it, it just explodes in a shower of plastic and semen. Well, anyway, good times. Good times.
Actually, so that's what you got? That was your toy or your...
You know what? I think Jay got that. I'm trying to think what I ended up with. I don't remember.
Yeah. What was the last object you fucked? I mean, it's probably a good start.
Probably mine.
Probably whatever,
something like that.
Whatever you got.
That doesn't narrow things down. Being perfectly honest.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're starting to lose our very sparse audience here. You guys have driven them away.
Oh,
all right.
What? What were they here for?
Yeah, that was 6 minutes of gold.
Losers. I know. 7 minutes in heaven. So let's get into Malcolm and the Middle. The new Malcolm in the Middle, which I had made a great graphic, and it's like I fixed my computer, but I'm still using the PC just so it doesn't crap out. So I don't know. I forgot to upload the image, but I basically called it Malcolm in the Middle of Transitioning because this new reboot features most of the full cast. Who is the little blonde kid appeared like on video, but I don't think he's in it for the most part. But it's got. Hal, it's got the mom, it's got Malcolm, of course, who was driving Formula One or something, or NASCAR.
That's what I thought. Was it? Why would he want to come back for this?
Well, maybe he crashed his car one too many times. It's expensive to do those races.
He's probably fucking the football in the car while driving. Right into the wall. Told you.
But he's back. Reese is back. And the blonde older brother's back. They're all back. Most of these people had no careers outside of the show, but they also had new additions to Malcolm, and it's called Malcolm in the Middle, Life's Still Unfair. So right off the bat, we get into the show, and you're introduced yet another show, by the way. Well, first it's Malcolm, who says he's happy now, he's doing great. But it's because he stayed away from his family for like 10 years.
Well, hold up. Did you guys I never saw one episode, 1 second of the original. So I saw a lot.
I saw you. Yeah, of course.
It was on Fox. Like,
you watch like 5 TVs at one time. I don't know how you have time in the day to have seen every show.
Don has the decoder ring from every TV series, just like Little Orphan Annie's one for Ralphie and Christmas Story.
I had very negligible parents. They did not give I got a TV in my room that was cable ready at the age of 13. And I think that's what folks' way of saying, we're pretty much done with you.
We're checking out.
Yeah, you can pick your own bedtime. And so, at that young age, you're just soaking it all in. You'll watch anything. And I think it shaped me to the person I am today. The winner.
You are Bill Murray and Scrooged.
Yeah, exactly.
You got a piece of raw beef for Christmas.
Don remembers Don's Christmas memories is like it's like him as a 13-year-old, but somehow as Frasier Crane on the Christmas episode where he goes into the diner.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
Usually,
it's a great episode.
Bart Simpson.
Frasier.
Oh, Frasier had some of the best Christmas episodes, man. Such good
all the stuff that you hate, and then you love Frasier.
I know.
Frasier's great.
You are the weirdest person I know.
Frasier is great. I don't know.
I know
you
it's
don't like
great, but
Frasier?
why
Well,
do
now
you
we gotta
like?
watch
But
Frasier next episode. Clearly,
Frasier's like old ladies and gay guys like Frasier. You hate everything, and you're like, Frasier's great.
it was funny. It was smart. It had a dog in it. It had a crotchety old man.
Like,
I'm
it's
all those
your
things. Funny,
all
smart,
the
the dog, and a funny old
Brian.
man or a crotchety old
Yeah,
man.
there
All
you
the things
go.
in Frasier.
It's essentially all the things that you are.
Yeah, that's just it perfectly encapsulates me. I'm a guy who likes to walk around and go to diners alone. I like to eat alone. It's great. It's one of my favorites.
Who doesn't like to eat alone?
I don't know. These people that are strange, they're like, who goes to a buffet alone? I'm like, people living their best damn
Hungry
life, man.
people, yeah, like who don't want to talk. It's a pretty obvious.
God, it's great. I don't have to pay for my family. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do I want to take my family to Vegas and go to a buffet and spend $300?
And you know they're
probably
not
just eat salad and terrible pizza.
Exactly.
Idiots.
Imbeciles.
Worst pizza at buffets.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, getting back into it. So Malcolm, we're introduced to Malcolm. Malcolm says he's happy now because he hasn't talked to his family anymore. Okay, so that's the opening premise.
Yeah.
Stayed away from his family. And
he's
then
also a very successful CEO of a food bank, right? He's a do-gooder. That's what he
There's such a thing.
I don't know what he is. He runs a food.
Was that a joke that went right over my head? I didn't even realize.
He's like he's in the food banks, but he's really successful. I don't know how he makes money giving away shit because
he's skimming off the top. He's taking
another multi-billionaire food bank magnet.
I think. Yeah,
hearing about those
this
guys.
is obviously pre-Doge.
So yeah, pre-Doge, exactly. So we're then cut to his dad, Hal in the show, Bryan Cranston, and this is yet another show. And tell me if I'm wrong here. Yet another show. And it's not even on HBO where we're exposed to a naked man within the first 1 minute.
Yes.
It's just Bryan Cranston. They're shaving his whole body and he's blocking his crotch, but you see pretty much all of Bryan Cranston in the first minute.
In the old Malcolm show, there was a episode where the mom is shaving his back with a buzz razor. And it's during breakfast and all the kids are just doing whatever they're doing. And she's talking to them, and it's as if nothing's wrong, right? It's like, oh, this is normal. She's just shaving his back. But this way, they went full on, like, oh, here's dick and stuff. And it's not cool. Like, oh, this is what I was doing your whole childhood.
Be an Olympic racer. Naked.
Yeah, like, you're going to watch me shave my junk all the time, and then
they're doing
you
it in the
wonder
middle
why
of the
your
living
kids
room.
are fucked up. Yeah,
they're doing it in the middle of the living room, and they're doing it while they're on the phone on a video call with Dewey, the youngest brother, who ended up looking. I mean, look, he was a weird looking little kid who was older than he looked on the show, and he grew up to be an even weirder looking adult who looks kind of like a little kid. He looks off-putting.
They all kind of
gentle. Maybe that's why he's really not on the show. They do every kid except the older brother grew up to look like a fucking freak on this show.
they like called him into the cast. You're like, oh, right out.
Dude, you look like a testicle that escaped someone's nutsack and became a person. We can't
have you on
this show.
Is they hired those ugly children before HD TV, and then they turned into hideous adults, and now we have this high definition TV, and we're like, oh shit, we're stuck with them. So, all right, here we go.
They can recast. Plenty of shows.
Smooth them out in AI. Can we get AI Malcolm?
So, all right, so we see Bryan Cranston getting shaved, and they're on the call with Dewey, but then we're introduced to the newest member of the cast, the most unnecessary addition to the cast, which is their them non-binary daughter, which she walks in and she's immediately
your favorite character.
Yeah, just
was
great.
She in the
she's
immediately the first one, or
what's that?
I think the mom was pregnant towards the end of the show.
Yeah, you didn't get to this character did not exist in the show. It was the mom, 4 boys, and the dad, and we didn't get to meet. There's like a handicapped black kid in it who I didn't watch this. I guess his upcoming episodes is now gay, even though in the first episodes he was straight, but they made him gay. But then it's just his daughter who's a they, them, non-binary now. And of course, right off the bat, they want you to know that she's a they, them because, Brian has a whole thing. She's got a whole snappy comeback where he calls her they, and he's trying to be nice about it. But she's like, I'm not afraid of you. I've got good grades. And it was just
I don't even understand what
in every possible way and dated. This is like something that should have come out in mid-COVID. And it's like, we moved past this. We don't do this.
Says like,
we don't do this crap.
He is us and she says us and they, and she says it. I'm like, I don't even understand what is.
I didn't get it, and I didn't even
like trying comprehend to get that sentence at all. But I knew it was something about that nonsense with pronouns.
Yeah,
because I guess people still do it. I thought it would be kind of boring by now.
That's the thing; they don't do it. Everybody's even corporations are removing pronouns from their even the nonprofits in LA I work with that were super woke have removed pronouns because nobody does pronouns anymore. Everybody realizes this is pretty stupid to do.
Yeah, but it was such a passing fad. Yeah, this show's trying to bring it back. Remember pronouns?
Yeah. Well, here's an interesting fun fact is that the creators of the show, the original show, who they wrote this one too, have 4 kids. 3 of them are LGBTQ, which seems statistically impossible to me.
That is not.
Did they fail the 4th kid?
They didn't take him to gay camp fast enough.
Or the kids like
gay conversion camps. They turned all the gay.
I like kitties. It's a normal kid. He got through it before they got with the cult. So
I mean, that
got normalized.
That's crazy, right? That on its own merits is crazy.
I'm sure
it's possible. Maybe it's happened sometime in history, but
I told you Megan Fox is batting 1,000 with her kids.
You could tell your kids, you could raise them to be weird that way. I mean, if you
do you think that kid and
that's why they target kids? It's mean.
Maybe that 4th kid will grow up to be Malcolm, who moves away from his family because he can't handle them.
The irony of that would be hilarious.
Like, I'll just send them emails in the middle of the night to make them think I care.
Well, that was one thing. So Malcolm moves away. So we meet this they, them. She's obnoxious, by the way, and written. I'll just say this: like every character now, every young character, they're all written the same way. And we talked about this with some other shows we watch. They're all written as though they have a complete mastery of the English language. Their rapier-like intellect skewers whoever they're talking to. And we're supposed to believe that they're like 14, 15. And it annoys the living shit out of me.
Well, they're just smarter than everyone else. That's why they've realized that they're non-binary.
The show also, it started with the parents, which was lame. And you're wondering, why am I watching the parents? They go to some Walmart type of place, and then also a dance number breaks out, and you find out it's the anniversary of the parents, and that's the whole reason. I did like
the dance number, though. I will say that.
So what was the point of the original show? Like Malcolm was just
like a very
family.
No, he was like a very smart kid, like genius level, and everybody around him is an idiot. And then he was part of the smart kids in school. So when they would transition to the school part of the show, his brothers would be with idiots and he would be with smart kids. And then, so you had a show where it was like the household dynamic and then the school dynamic. The show was very well done. Like,
it was a funny
because you have a kid who's like fish out of water kid, got the brothers, the kids, like there's instantly a wide cast of characters with all the brothers, the parents, and then you have the different storylines going on. So the original show is really well done.
And the mom and the parents were, but Bryan Cranston was very funny, and it kind of
Cranston's
doofus dad, but meant well. It was the really the start of the every dad has to be the doofus, and every mom has to be the smart trope that exists now in all these shows. But the mom was funny because she was like a hard ass, so that was enjoyable to watch. The dad was a nice guy, but it was early on, so it didn't seem that like obvious and cliche. But she was really funny, and she just came down to the kids and yelled at them. It was like, hardcore.
They were cast well. She seems like a woman who would be a nightmare, and Cranston would be defeated by whatever you want. Like, that's why I married you, to be
right. Yeah.
Should they have made the wife also the wife in Breaking Bad? Would that have made Breaking Bad better?
I don't know. I stopped watching.
Maybe because I know that I've heard from other people that they hate that woman.
You both didn't watch that show?
I watched a few episodes. It honestly, it didn't grab me. Which everybody, by the way, everybody
it's like one of the best shows ever.
Everybody has admitted it. The first episode is like, oh, you have to stick with it.
Yeah,
okay?
The first season isn't that great.
Yeah, I didn't stick with it because I was like, all right, I'm not that into the show after 3 episodes, and everybody had talked it up.
Even the first episode is really good.
The first, that's just a season.
Like, they're all good, and then they bring in more weird characters, and you're like, this show is crazy. Yeah. I love it.
Maybe when my kids have graduated high school, I'll watch it.
Frasier, but those 30 episodes of Breaking Bad were just too much commitment for you.
Hey man, I didn't have kids.
They brought
have kids with Frasier. I had time and it was on. Those are the 2 things that mattered. It's kind of like how Don watches television now.
I do watch a lot of TV.
So we skipped over something. We'll get into the dance stuff in a minute, but we skipped over something. Is that how Malcolm handles his family, which was pretty funny, I thought. He has a strategy about it because he gets back to them with emails at 2 a.m, and because he runs a nonprofit, he can respond whenever. He avoids physical contact in person. He always, lets things go to voicemail. He's got a whole strategy to it that was kind of funny.
Sorry,
hello.
I'm listening. I don't know.
I didn't want to. I wrote down that Breaking Bad should be the next show we watch.
We can. That's fine. We don't have an old
show. That's how bad
Malcolm is. I'll tell you exactly why I didn't like the first episode if you want. Maybe I'll like it again watching this time. Maybe I was tired and ornery last time I watched it.
Oh, was it St. Patrick's Day?
Hey, The Shield now is on Amazon Prime. That show's great. Goggins. That was the show that Goggins the Goggins.
The Goggins is a trainee in the Sons of Anarchy, which is hilarious.
Is he?
Yeah, with big fake titties.
Ugliest tranny in the history of the world.
And he is, you
Walter Goggins or David Goggins or both?
Walter Goggins. The one from the most recent famous Goggins. I don't know why that guy's in everything. The dude from Gemstones. This show is terrible. We're not even.
I know it's taking too long. Let's just
all right. Let's move on. So anyway, I thought the dance number was funny. The whole thing they did in the middle of a Walmart, and it was funny. It was just they kept going. It was something like, your sex takes me to paradise. They repeated that 50 times.
Yeah, that Bruno Mars song, I think, right?
Yeah. That was okay, but it shows you the dad is a big romantic and they're planning their 40th, blah, 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 blah.
And they also brought in every other guy on the show that was ever with the dad. That was like
exactly. And they do the whole thing. So then you find out Malcolm has a daughter, and she is,
because he had sex once.
Had sex once.
At a party.
What are the odds?
Yeah, I went to a kegger and I put my dick in a woman, and,
right.
And they show the girl, and she's like a crackhead.
I love that. She's half black, half white hair, and she's just leaning back drunk on a couch, and then he never saw her again. After I guess she gave birth.
Saw her again. She gave birth and then ran away. It's like, okay, what is this? Like a turtle on the ocean on the shore? What kind of relationship did you have with this woman? It's just so stupid.
It was weird. That's generally not how things work.
No, you got to get a little bit more than that. Usually, you want the interaction on TV.
But she did not.
No,
so
we just need the slut. That's all we need.
Yeah. So we find out Malcolm's got a daughter, and he's done the opposite of his parents raising his daughter. So they were a little bit hardcore. He was nice. Tender, loving, blah blah blah. But she is unhappy. She's depressed. She hates school. She has no friends. She said, and I like this line: "I have no armor because he was such a kind dingus and never kind of came down on her. So she has no armor when she gets her feelings hurt and nothing to come back to people, how to be sarcastic, which I thought was interesting. You gotta, parenting's a little bit of nice and a little bit of mean. It's the carrot and the stick, which I appreciated.
Okay.
Well, Rico, you didn't like it?
It's not his fault that
I didn't even make a note that was clever.
I didn't say it was clever.
You just said, let's rewind. You just said, I like this line.
It sounds like whiny people going, I'm not tough because my parents were nice to me. Yeah,
no, I intentionally am a jerk to my children sometimes.
You're unintentionally a jerk.
You're naturally a jerk to them.
Unintentionally a jerk to you people.
No, you're unintentionally a jerk to the world.
Your daughters are going to be tough because you're an asshole, and that's the way the world works. And they're not going to get.
Not what several people told me at my party. They said I was the nicest guy. They said, "Thank you for bringing us together as a uniter of all people of all cultures."
Is this the first time they've ever been to one of those parties?
Yeah, it was a sex party.
Because I wasn't there to ruin everything.
Moving on, dickheads. So the good news is at least she talks to her dad instead of killing herself. There's the other side of that.
I guess that is a good thing.
And then we meet Malcolm's hot half-black girlfriend, who I thought was the same chick from 22 Jump Street, that fat, right?
The Jonah Hill bang, the Ice Cube's daughter.
Yeah.
You pull up their pictures next to each other. There's no way.
Yeah. She's cultivated the same look. I mean, there's a lot of girls that I
just want to watch that Ice Cube scene where he realizes Jonah Hill banged his daughter on repeat for the rest of my life. Probably the best.
That's why Jonah Hill writes movies, so that he can bang hot chicks.
Well, now he lost all this weight and he's super skinny.
Yeah, it doesn't hit the same.
Let me see.
He's still a creep.
Is that her name? Kiana Mediera? That must be this. She's the only half black chick in the show, right?
I don't know if we should be talking.
That's so far. No, I guess not. She wasn't Wyona Earp.
Are you saying there's more than one half black chick on the show?
No, I'm saying so far. We don't know for sure.
All right, whatever.
I guess it's not. The other chick was hotter anyway. So Malcolm's dating a half black chick. That's great. They hit it off. Wonderful. Yada, yada. But it's uncomfortable for him and his daughter to talk about. There was a whole unfunny scene where they meet and he has trained them both. So there's that. We can skip over the rest of that.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going to say okay, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, I was going to talk about the end of the show. So
yeah, do that. That's what I was going to skip to anyway.
This was the only part that I liked of the show. Is like the whole plot of the show is Malcolm wants to avoid his family because he thinks they drive him to act like a bad person and be crazy. So he makes excuses and they want him to come to the 40th birthday party and they figure out he's not going to come. So they show up at his house and they burst into his door and they're like, Malcolm. And the daughter's like, Dad, who are these people? And they're like, you have a daughter?
Yeah.
And she's like 15.
That was pretty funny that he's kept that secret from them the whole time.
But also,
that was like the only funny thing about the whole episode.
I agree. It was the only funny thing, but it also makes you go, what a piece of shit. Wow. What an evil piece of shit this kid is.
Pretty much, yeah.
And he also told his daughter that his parents were dead because she's like, they're not dead.
Yeah, no, they're alive, but he wishes they were dead.
That was darkly evil. Darkly evil. Okay, so what do we give the show?
Well, there was one other thing that stood out to me that was weird in the modern times of shows now. Was when they do the turn to the camera confessional.
Yeah, did they do that in the original?
Yes, but it was always from Malcolm's perspective. And so now they're doing it like from the daughter perspective.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of odd because it's one thing if you're just watching one character in the show, but then them doing it like the other version is when the Office style, where you're in a different setting and it's a confessional kind of booth.
Yeah.
That turnaround confessional within the scene, it's like very outdated. So it doesn't flow well.
Well, and this is
Like
a note
Pee Wee Herman style stuff.
I was going to skip over it, but I also wrote down, so all the in-school high school stuff is the two chicks, the non-binary chick and Malcolm's daughter. They showed her in the school a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay. I see what's happening here. So this is only a 4-episode mini series. What's happening here is they're trying to reposition and rewrite the show to focus on those two chicks. And then they're going to pitch another show about those two chicks. That's what's happening. That's why those girls are talking to the camera.
It's only 4 episodes total.
No one's going to want to watch that garbage. Nobody wants to watch this garbage. That show is dead on arrival.
Yep, exactly. All right, what do you give it? I'll move on to news radio.
Let's give it a solid D-.
D-?
Yeah, the only reason they're not failing. No, the fact that they were able to wrangle together that old cast is the only reason they are not getting an F. But that show was absolutely terrible. It moved slow. It was awful to watch.
I'm shocked that I have a higher grade than Don on this show.
Well, I mean, they are
C-. I gave it C-. Because I thought
awful.
there were a couple funny things in it. You know, I some of it worked for me, most of it didn't, but I didn't go full D-. It was still better than most of the new shows we've watched, I thought, but it was still obviously woke garbage.
It was terrible. I mean, I thought I gave it I started with a B- when it was on Hulu and Disney Plus. Right away, I'm like, well, you're not getting an A or a B+. Based on just the streaming services that'll take it, I'm like, this is terrible to start with. So,
rough.
Right. Sorry to take your time, Reeks.
Oh, I like that abbreviation. I give it a D+. I'm giving it on a curve because I never watched the first one. So I'm like, maybe people are happy to see it back. And they're like, oh, our old familiar friends. So I don't really know any of if there was inside jokes. So I didn't want to rate it too low because I just didn't get it. So
I don't know either.
And they got Bryan Cranston somehow.
The only inside joke was
he loves the show. You know, Bryan Cranston's woke as shit. So he's like, if there's a non-binary, I'm back, baby.
That's probably how they got him, actually.
Yeah, he insisted on it.
Yeah, he's like, I'll come back if.
The only inside joke kind of recall was the shaving. That's why they went overboard because she'd usually shave his back, and now they're like, oh, now she's shaving his nuts while the kids are watching.
Why would you do that in the living room?
Doesn't
and
make
on a call and on a video call with that.
Because
it made sense in the show because his hairy back. I guess you had to shave it, but it's like there's one.
Why would you ever do that?
They're
in the
all
living
poor,
room?
so she would be doing it at the kitchen table because it was just
why would you do it in the shower? It's
to showcase how the struggle. They're on the struggle bus. I gotta shave my husband at the kitchen table.
All right.
All right. Moving
on to news radio.
Okay, that's a better show.
I gotta go. I have to go clear my nose because I am stuffed up in here. It's hot in this room and I'm drinking alcohol.
Okay.
No, Rico. I
come back with a lot of energy.
No, I wish. No, but it's driving me nuts and I can't mouth breathe anymore drinking alcohol because it's driving me insane. So
we've all been there.
Introduce news radio. And
as long you gotta say it.
So
talk amongst yourselves, coffee talk.
Yeah. Come on, yourself, a pea or a nut? Peanut, is it a pea or a nut?
I had never heard of this show until I was in college, and it was probably already on reruns back then. But it happened to be on after Price is Right on whatever channel, because in our house we would always have the Price is Right on at 11 o'clock. And everyone before they would go to their classes would be sitting watching the Price is Right. And then it would empty out. And I came back from class and news radio was on this TV in like the living room area. And I just like sat down, I started watching it. I'm like, this show is awesome. I loved it. And it was probably on like 4 episodes in a row or something. And I just kept sitting there and I just kept watching them because it's college. And what am I going to do? Read a book. So that's how I got introduced. And then I just watched the whole season multiple times, or the whole show multiple times, because it's awesome. What a great cast too.
I was also exposed to the show. I think it was on Comedy Central or someplace where it was on replay. What do they call that? Where you
franchised?
Yeah, right. The show's like
syndication.
Yeah, syndication. Yeah. And then I'm like, what is this show? No idea that it existed. And I watched it. And I'm like, this is hilarious. But you recognize the characters. You recognize Dave Foley. You recognize Phil Hartman, the owner of the radio station. So you go, who are these people doing this show? I don't even know. And they're in Manhattan.
Yep.
Right. I don't even know where this. I guess it was a New York show, and maybe that's why it didn't. I don't know. It didn't seem like they promoted the show that much. Like it wasn't.
Maybe they didn't. Because I had never heard of it. But it was also like there's maybe many shows at that time, and I just pay attention because it was like TV Guide channel era where you have to like look at the newspaper to see what shows are coming out. So.
It did also kind of have that Just Shoot Me feel too, where it just felt so formatted, where you had to have comedian, rich guy, love interest.
Which one was first?
I don't know.
I think News Radio was, because I remember the owner in News Radio, and I think the Just Shoot Me owner is kind of like a poor ripoff of him.
Maybe you could be right. Yeah,
maybe Just Shoot Me was first. Who knows? Just Shoot Me, 1997. News Radio, 1995.
Boom. There you go.
Well,
so they got and no surprise that CBS has, I think, News Radio, and then NBC goes, "Oh, we need a version of that with a magazine instead of a news radio," and they create the same show 2 years later on the opposite network.
Not nearly.
Look at us. We are just, you know what? If we could go back in time, we could be CEOs, man.
We should be. We're basically
we're just cracking that code.
All right, what I miss? Because now I don't know what's going on.
We talked about our
you
origin.
were busy landing planes or doing whatever it is with your
going skiing.
Well, no, I was not going skiing, and then I came back and the audio cut out on my computer. So now I'm
Niner 15.
Why are you moving your hands so much?
I'm Gavin Newsom.
Stop licking your lips. It's weird.
Oh, let's do a sidebar. How wonderful is it that Swalwell guy got taken to task and he's just done within 4 days? They're like, this guy's terrible. And then day 3, he's accused of rape. Day 2, they're like, done. I'm retiring from the governorship.
Well, that was all,
and then the last day, I'm retiring from my role in Congress. It's like, wow, what a
But it was all untrue. It's just a shame.
Yeah, right away. It's untrue, but I gotta quit. And I'm running away from life.
Just like Diana Rossini too. She's like caught with Mike Vrabel cavorting at hotels, and she's like, "I'm going to resign from the Athletic, but this has all been very, very misread. That's not why I'm resigning."
I'm resigning because I was in an innocent hot tub conversation with someone
and holding hands at multiple locations with my fingers entwined. Yeah, ridiculous. All right, so anywho's.
We love a good fall from grace.
Getting back, fall from grace to be a great porno with a woman named Grace. All right, so News Radio, getting back into
only if you're having sex on a waterfall.
Going down, banging in a barrel like the people that used to go down in barrels off Niagara Falls back in the day.
Oh yeah, barrel banging. Oh, that's
Barrel
another
banging.
good.
The funniest fake name for one I've ever heard was from a WWE, Val Venus. If you recall.
Oh, yeah.
Val Venus.
So it was right when like saving Private Ryan came out, and he's like, "We'll star in shaving Ryan's privates."
Hell yeah!
And it reminded me of
Val Venus's intro. He'd be like, "Hey, ladies. No, yeah. Hello, ladies."
Big libertarian. Brian should know him.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Interesting. I bet there's a lot of
Val
big libertarian
Venus.
wrestlers.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kane. All right, get back
John
to the show.
Worley,
Getting back.
It was the brief moment where they go, it'd be fun to have a porn star as a wrestler, and we'll call him Val Venus, which is essentially vagina penis. What could go wrong?
You're making.
All
right,
I love it.
Back to the show. News
It'd be
radio.
a steamy room, and he's in a towel, and he's always like, "Hello, ladies."
All right. So anyway, what did you guys? So
Love
how far did you
Val
get into
Venus.
news radio?
Well, we just saw. We didn't get into it at all. We were just
Okay.
talking about how we first started watching it.
All right. News radio is great. Amazing show. Amazing that we had to watch it on Pluto or Roku network. It's not on a major streamer, which is shocking because that show is incredible. The cast is incredible. I mean, Phil Hartman. Let me look up the exact cast of News Radio now that I'm back at my desk.
Well, there's David, as we mentioned, David Foley, Phil Hartman.
And I just show a stand-up comedy show with Scott Thompson for Kids in the Hall, by the way.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Did you ask him what he did to his life? Why is he falling on such hard times?
He regrets nothing because he stood up for free speech and non-censorship of comedy and came out against transing children at a young age. And in Canada, that gets you fucking kicked out of the country. So
you don't want to mess with that, man. These non-American countries are really fucking weird.
Support Scott Thompson, man. Oh, also, I'll tell you an anecdote. So Amazon made him he's famous. Scott Thompson was the gayest kid in the hall. I think he was the only actually gay one. So he had the Buddy Cole character. He had, running faggot, running free, great comedy sketch. But he's one of the first really out there openly gay people in sketch comedy. And Amazon, when they rebooted the show, made him take out all of those sketches that he's famous for. Every one of them, because they weren't PC.
That's terrible. They mess with Dave Chappelle the same way.
Well,
you have your great
Dave Chappelle
show.
is more money than God. But hold on, let me read off this. So Dave Foley, Stephen Root, who of course is famous for Milton in Office Space. Andy Dick, pre batshit overdose in a crack alley. Andy Dick.
Early Andy Dick, where he goes, "I'm here to work."
Yeah.
Andy Dick was just the right amount of crazy at this point in time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just the right combo. Just the right amount of cocaine and Quaaludes. That's the problem with Andy Dick is they got rid of the Quaaludes. You can't find them anymore. And then he just went full coke and heroin.
There you go. I'll do it, man.
Bring back Quaaludes and give us the Andy Dick we love.
Yeah, we love Dick.
Seriously. Is fentanyl better? Come on.
Yeah.
No, man, that'll kill you, dude. You don't want that.
Maura Tierney is in it. Of course, Phil Hartman.
Liar.
R.I.P. Phil Hartman.
I know. Such a tragic loss. Apparently, Andy Dick's fault, from what I've heard. Maura Tierney.
I would more blame his wife, honestly.
Well, absolutely me too. But she's in a ton of shit. I'm not going to go through all her credits. And then you know what I noticed? They swapped out two people from the show. In the pilot for News Radio, they swapped out Joe Rogan, which is how Joe Rogan really blew up as on News Radio.
Yep, he is a big
as
fan
the
of
tech
it.
guy. Yeah, and they had a different guy instead of Joe Rogan on the first episode, but also a different black chick. Because
was it?
Yes. Oh, 100%. There was a way hotter black chick in this pilot that never spoke. She was just in the background being super hot. They replaced her with a less hot black chick, but that was way funnier as a super bitchy chick.
It's Candy Alexander.
On a quick,
she was like Phil Hartman's nemesis.
Yeah, she was really funny on the show.
Yeah.
Patrick Warburton was in this later on.
Yes.
He's great. John Lovitz came
Yes.
in.
So John Lovitz, what happened was he replaced Phil Hartman because Phil Hartman actually was killed, I think, between seasons.
Yeah.
Filming on the show. And I remember they actually like filmed an episode where Andy Dick was like, they were talking about Phil dying, but like in the show, Phil died, and like I think he was like a mentor to Andy Dick maybe in real life, because Andy Dick was like a train wreck, like trying to do like even anything after that. But yeah, John Lovitz he's fine, but he couldn't be Phil Hartman.
Maybe that's actually what. Maybe they just nailed it. That's what set Andy Dick off the rails. Phil Hartman dying.
Yeah,
it could be. I mean, you come to this town to make something, start a career. I mean, having a regular job sucks and it's hard, and having that kind of job is got to be extra sucky and extra hard. And you find somebody that's willing to, be your mentor, talk to you, hang with you, and you work together on a show. How random it is that you get to be on shows together. It's like getting picked out of hundreds of people, and then the guy fucking dies. That's gotta fuck with you. That's messed up.
What didn't die was killed.
No, exactly. That's even worse.
Specifically by Phil Hartman's wife.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to get into the details, but yeah, it was awful. All right, so the show itself, though, incredible cast. Dave Foley is the new hire at the news studio.
Who? So he has to fire. That's kind of the running theme of the episode is Stephen Root, the station like owner, who's like one of those eccentric billionaires that's like ADD, tells him he has to fire the current news director.
The instant best character of the show.
I love what's his name, Mr. James or something. But who is the character that he has to fire? Like I've seen that actor.
Oh, that guy's in a lot of stuff.
I'll tell you what you remember him from. The actor he has to fire, who plays Ed, the current news director, is the guy who's a super douchebag in Ghostbusters, who has them hospitalized.
Yep.
That's who he is.
Yeah. That's who he is.
Yeah. So and David Foley can't fire him because he just can't get up the nerve to tell him he's actually fired. So he does like,
hold on.
He's a nice guy from the Midwest, right? He gets brought in.
Which is kind of weird. So the first scene, Dave
makes
Foley
no
goes
sense.
to the wrong place. Goes to the wrong place. Yeah, he's talking to Jimmy, the billionaire owner, and he's like, "Oh, so what are your plans here for the studio?" And you're like, "Why didn't you ask him that before you hired him?" Number one, maybe there's sense. But then I love the line. He goes, "Let me tell you why I hired you, because you're a little experienced. You're from the Midwest. Why did I bring you to New York City?" And then he gets a phone call, and he goes like, "Hey, I know. I gotta. I'm in the middle of telling a man why he's so special." And he goes, "No, it's work related."
Yeah, no, that's work related. Yeah, that's hilarious. Right.
And Dave never finds out because he gets in an elevator or something like that. He never finds out why he's so special. So
good. That's very good joking right there.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
So, and he's trying to not tell the other cast that he's the new news director until he fires the one currently in place. And then,
which, by the way, just to set, and Jimmy, the billionaire owner, tells everybody that Dave is the new sports guy, including the current news director. He's like, he's the new sports guy, and then he lets Dave figure out how he's gonna work the situation out.
And Maura Tierney is like, they're talking in the background, and she's telling Dave Foley that like she wants to be the next news director. She's been putting in all these hours, and he feels all awkward. But there's a little bit of sexual chemistry or tension.
That's how a good show starts. You want a little bit of intrigue and chemistry between your male lead and your female lead, and that seemed to be very apparent early on. It lets the executives at CBS know, there's going to be something going on within these two. Keep us going.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it checks all the silly boxes of every sitcom. but it does a good job with the comedians and being more funny than most shows.
I thought this part, I mean, it's so telegraphed and kind of cliche, but I still think it was funny is he finally tells Andy Dick, of all people, that, okay, look, I'm going to be the next news director, but you can't tell anyone.
By the way, and Andy Dick's computer, for whatever reason, I may know this, the monitor's on its side on his desk.
Here's what happened there. The guys that set up the set were like, we don't know what computers do. This is
1995.
That is not what happened, Don. At all.
It was Zoolander.
Yeah, no.
Not what happened.
Dude, that's exactly what happened because the
notice
guy that
Rico?
is hired to do the set was hired in 1975.
It's on its fucking
He
side.
has no
On
idea
his
what the
desk.
computer's supposed to look
I hope that was
telling him the secret. I'm sure it's intentional in some way. Or Andy Dick was like, "What if I just put my computer on my side because I'm crazy?"
And I had sex with that.
I came in the back and it's oozing out. How do I fix it? I'll put it on its side. Anyway,
Put an apple in it.
He tells Andy Dick. He goes into an office for less than 5 seconds. Comes back out immediately. There's 2 other people standing next to Andy Dick who he's already told. And then someone else came and he's like, oh, I had to tell someone else too. So, I mean, you could see that coming, but I just thought it was funny.
Yeah. There was, so eventually Dave has the conversation with Ed. So Ed fires Dave, which is funny. He's like, go in, do the sports. He's terrible at the sports. He comes out. Ed, the current news director, fires them, and he goes, "Well, that's funny. This is a funny situation, Dave. Ed, let me take you to the office and explain the meaning of irony to you." And the whole staff is excited to see this happen because they don't like the current news director. And he goes in. Ed's fired, marches out, and there's a funny scene, which I appreciate the writing here. When Ed, the current news director, gets fired, marches out, he goes, "Don't worry, I'm not concerned. I'm going to go straight across the street to WXYP because I have a standing invitation to be news director over there from Tom Novacek." So he's like, "Later, losers." And he gets on the elevator and goes. And then one of the staffers goes, "Man, WXKP or whatever hasn't been open for a few months now. You know, they went out of business." And then the guy who Joe Rogan eventually replaces goes, "Yeah, they never recovered after Tom Novacek had passed away." And apparently Ed had been super, super close with Tom Novacek. He's like, he's my old college buddy.
Yeah.
So he's walking across the street to not have a job and find out his buddy is dead. Funny stuff. Funny stuff.
What a good friend.
Yeah.
It is a superior show when you compare it to the Malcolm reboot.
Absolutely.
I'm going to start watching the show every day again.
Oh, it's so good. One more note. And when Joe Rogan gets on, they're replacing the current dingus, Rick, because Joe comes on and is just named Joe, just like Dave Foley's named Dave. But Joe Rogan's way funnier than Rick, the technician. But one more note. There was a funny scene where Dave Foley comes after firing Ed. And, it's like, I'm not going to deal with any of the horse shit. And everybody goes, okay. And Phil Hartman, who's very manipulative and, intimidating to the other news director, he's like, okay, so I can't be intimidating. And then he starts kissing his ass. And he's like, I'm not going to stand for that either. And he goes, all right, well, I can't be imposing or manipulative or nice and ass kissing, as you left me with only one option: backstabbing.
So I guess Phil Hartman has to be, like, at least for me, he's the best character on this show. Consistently throughout the whole show.
No way, man. That boss
really
is character.
Is it Bill James? Maybe that's his name.
Yeah, they call him Jimmy. Jimmy's really funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
Phil Hartman. Every scene he's perfect, but Phil Hartman is also
I can't remember when Phil Hartman's not perfect.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's
a good show.
That's a comment to the show. Andy Dick is perfect in his role.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan is perfect in his role. They're all funny. The show really evolves. Like, the pilot's good. I gave it a
That's
B
really
plus.
good.
Oh, wait, one more note. Sorry, one more note. There's also a great scene at the end of the show where a guy comes in a suit that looks exactly like Dave Foley's, and he's like,
yeah.
"Hey, I'm your new sports guy," and Dave Foley's like, because he feels like Jimmy's has brought in a new sports guy, aka without telling him he's being fired. And he makes him read off stats, and he's like, "All right, welcome aboard." So,
yeah, he asks him, "Who do you like in this game?" And then the guy spits out a bunch of sports words. As far as David Foley is concerned, he goes, "Okay, you're hired because you're obviously not here to replace me. You're really here to do the sports."
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he likes about it. That was actually one of my notes too. That scene is funny because he's really there to do sports.
Yeah, they set it up from the start. It's a great callback. They set up at the start and they came back.
Very good.
So that was
very
great.
Clever.
Yeah, I mean, it's the ensemble cast is amazing. So, like I said, I gave it a B plus for this episode, but it gets better from here, which says a lot, right?
Yeah, I think we also get, like you mentioned, Lovitz, but I think David Cross shows up.
Yeah, he's in a couple.
Also, Norm Macdonald shows up on the show.
Does he?
So that's what.
Well, now I have to watch at least until I see Norm.
Researchers showed, yeah, according to my intern.
Rico,
So,
did you buy the exact same dad sweat wicking shirt pack off Amazon that I bought? It looks like it.
What?
Are they very sheen sweat wicking material?
It's Under Armour shirt. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well,
premium man. What are you wearing? Quit wearing Chinese polyester.
I have a job, Brian.
I just ordered t-shirts. I was like, I'll get these t-shirts to work out, and they write it like that sheen, like it looks exactly like that same pattern, same sheen material. They hang terribly. They don't look good on anyone.
Yeah, well,
surprised your cheap t-shirt doesn't hang well.
Yeah.
Rico's also wearing a cheap t-shirt he spent $80 on.
Do you think I spent $80 on anything?
No, you haven't spent $10 to fix the light bulbs in the chandelier behind you.
I mean, I got other lights. Why would I do that? Until the whole house goes dark, I'm good.
Yeah, I hear you. That's the next owner's problem.
Exactly. I don't think I've replaced any. Well, no, I haven't replaced. I've owned this house for 13 years. I don't think I've replaced one light bulb in the kitchen yet.
I like it. I think go for the record.
There's still a few.
Yeah. See what it does. I wish they slowly dimmed. That would be great.
I like when Rico's gonna go to the bulb section of the Home Depot. He's gonna be like, "There's like 7 different bulb sizes."
Oh yeah,
you know,
they
might not even make these light bulbs anymore. They're so old.
They're just
Obama banned them probably.
Yeah, you bought it as part of like a weird.
Well, don't throw them out. Maybe they're Edison originals.
Yeah.
All right, what do you guys give the show?
The company that made the bulbs went out of business.
Like the guy that I'm like, Ed, that's fine. I'll go to Home Depot and get more light bulbs. Home Depot shut 7 years ago.
You know, them Democrat houses, man, they don't have any good parts anymore.
I'll give the show an A-. One of my favorite shows. I think the pilot episode is great. And I think one of the great things about this, it's kind of like reminds me of like Friends in a way, where they all the characters are good in their own way. They're all funny in their own way, and they never linger on one character for too long. So they give like a person, like your scene is like a minute or two. Boom, boom, boom. Be really funny, and then we'll switch to someone else, and then everyone is involved. It's like a good point guard. You get everyone involved. They all shine. And it's just like in and out, boom, 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 joke, and it's great.
Passing the ball. Yeah, I give it an A. I mean, to me, this is the perfect sitcom. It's at the perfect time when sitcoms were made, in the middle of the 90s. Mm-hmm. You've got comedians, great characters, the setting is right. It does feel like every other sitcom, but that could be why it's so
I don't
good.
know. I don't think it does though. I mean, the setting's kind of unique. I don't know.
I do like the cast though, like Phil Hartman, wonderful, and the boss character, Foley's good. I wish we had more shows like this. I mean, this is an A show. We need more of this stuff where there's just a cast of characters. They're all different. It's more fun. You're not doing that dumb shit where you're talking to the camera all the time.
Yeah. You know what this
Yeah,
show does not
ahead.
remind me of, but does, is that Kim Kardashian show where they have a cast of characters. They're all known, but they all suck.
All suck.
That's
miserably.
right.
Terrible.
Yeah, they're not entertaining, and it's an hour. That shows it. This was a tight 25, and it makes you laugh, and it's gonna get better. You know, these are the shows we need more of. These shows, quick shows, a stupid thing makes you think about. Oh, this is work. Okay, hey, maybe if I act like this at work, my work would be more fun. If I just had a good time, you know, that's what we need more of.
Well, you know who had a good time?
People going to work, having fun on TV, and then we could recreate that in our normal lives.
Well, you just pitched for us to review the opposite of that, a guy not having fun at his work and then going and inventing a new work and having less fun at it, which is Breaking Bad. So are we doing that next episode?
Nah,
We do that one. That could
No?
be the old show.
Everyone's already seen it.
That's the thing, right? It's not that interesting to do that. Well, I don't know, maybe the pilot, but I agree, Rico. I don't think it's that interesting.
I haven't seen The Shield.
an old-
I watched that.
Oh, The Shield's great. I mean,
We can go hour-long drama.
spoiler.
Then the new show.
Well, it's a 40-minute long drama. If it's a
The
commercial
network show. That's
I guess it's on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So Shield would be the old show. Is there a new police show we can kind of lace in?
Be Still My Heart.
Okay, I'll be still my heart. What does that?
No, no. There's one called Save Bert. Save Bert. Yeah, it's got to be old.
Yeah, no one wants.
Well, you
to
know what
watch
new
that.
show I want to add to the list for next time is Euphoria. I've never watched it.
Well, that's not new now.
I know. I mean, for an old show.
Oh, I would love to watch the first episode of Euphoria again because that's when you first see Sydney Sweeney's incredible knockers.
Oh, well, that's what we have to do for work.
I just dropped my pen.
The new season of Euphoria just dropped. I agree. Let's watch the first episode of Euphoria because I want to see
and the new season one. You want to do a double Euphoria?
Well, it's not a new show. Come on, Don. How long are we doing the show?
Yeah,
you don't know the rules
do
yet?
The first episode of Euphoria because I have thoughts and boners.
What if her boobs aren't on the first episode? What if on the second episode?
Thoughts and boners. Let's rebrand the podcast. Start for episode 1.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna do Euphoria.
I'm gonna need a bigger pen.
I don't know what new shows there are.
All right, so are we calling Euphoria the show?
Well, that Stephen Carell show that Don already watched all of, we could do.
No, I was joking. The Rooster or something.
Oh, so that was my other idea.
There's also a new show with what's his face, Nick not Swartzen. Who's the libertarian from Parks and Rec?
Nick Cannon.
No,
Cannon. I know what you're talking about. The guy with the mustache.
The beard and mustache guy. He has a new show that's going to be coming
Ron
out
Swanson.
Soon. Ron Swanson has a new show coming out.
Yeah, why can't I think of his real name? Nick
it goes
Olafson? Orpheson? It's Nick.
Nick Offerman.
Offerman. There it is. I was close.
They're advertising it. Is that coming out in the next 2 weeks?
Right.
Margot's got money troubles. Is that what you're talking about?
It looked funny.
Right.
It won't be, but it looked funny.
Oh, it'll be terrible.
It's on app. Oh, it's also on Peacock.
Yeah. When does that debut? It looks. It's got a hot.
No, it's already like 3 episodes are out, I think.
Oh, perfect. All right, let's do that.
All right.
I never heard of it before I saw it as I was trying to find.
Margot's Got Money Trouble.
You're trying to find the porno Dick Offerman, and then you realize, oh, Nick Offerman's got a new show.
Okay, Euphoria and Margot's Got Money Troubles. That's what we're doing next episode.
Okay, so the Nick Offerman show is called Margot's Got Money Troubles.
Yeah.
And then you want to watch the girl's boobs.
Yeah.
You will too.
What are we calling it? Euphoria. Oh, yeah. Oh, I imagine we'll achieve euphoria when we see them titties.
I will tell you this, though. I never watched another episode again.
Euphoria. That's hard to spell.
It's not.
I did an E.
You go UF.
No, it starts with an E, right? Euphoria? I don't know. This is weird.
All right, Don.
Podcasting is hard.
O-R-I, yeah.
Yeah, you're the Andy Dick of the crew, I guess.
I'm just gonna put titties into the search bar and see what happens.
Perfect. But honestly, I'll give you one guess.
Is it a capital U?
We'll talk about it next episode. I'll give you one guess why I didn't keep watching Euphoria.
There's a bunch of ding dongs on it.
No.
It was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good,
It
though.
could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!